Welcome, my dear students in STEM education. Dr. Fatma Zahra Salim with you, a professor in the Faculty of Education at Ain Shams University, and I will teach you the foundations of STEM education for teachers. Key topics that we will discuss in this course of foundations or basics of STEM for teachers. Let us see the main topics that we will study and put our hands on the main messages that these key points sent for you. The first topic or the first key point, historical origins and development of STEM education. And so what are the examples or the main institutional of STEM high schools? So the first topic or the first important key topic, the origins of STEM education and the historical background of STEM education to know very well and to recognize very well to this valuable technique and method for teaching and for studying. Then we need to move to the institutional of a STEM high school. The second topic is the conceptual and philosophical fundamentals of STEM education. So we need here to know the key concepts of STEM education and philosophical fundamentals or foundations of STEM. The third topic or key topic, so what is the best practices in STEM high schools? So we need to know the best practices in STEM high schools and the actions of the STEM education. So we need to know the performance and the key performance indicators that tell you the best practices in STEM high schools. And the fourth topic related to societal factor. This is very important to know the community and the context and all the circumstances and the events in your community and in your schools and in your environment and in your state. So societal factors and STEM high schools. And we need to put our hands on in the fifth topic, Egypt grand challenges. The big challenge, grand means here big challenges and STEM education. So this is very important to study your community, your state, and how do you can apply the STEM education and put into your consideration the grand challenges in this in your country, and how do you can apply the STEM education although all the challenges and obstacles. Then the last thing in this part of your course in STEM education, evaluation and reflection. So we need to make an evaluation to all what we said and all these key topics and reflect and assess all the benefits and the key benefits or what you understood from all the previous 5 key topics. The dollar question now, what's STEM? And what is the philosophy of STEM? Actually, the philosophy of STEM, before we answer the what's STEM, we need to know the philosophy, the nature of STEM. Actually, the STEM based on the philosophy of integration. Yes, integration. We need to make or to bring the sciences together. We need to bring the science and engineering and technology and mathematics together to build new personality with new mind, creative scientists. So STEM education based on specific approaches, specific techniques that enable persons to be creative persons. So here in STEM education, it based on the approach of interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary sciences, which encourage you as a teacher, first of all, and encourage the student to be a creative student, to find his or her solutions to their problems. So we need to establish a specific and unique students by STEM education. Let's see the phases of STEM educations and the historical background. Actually, the STEM education passed with many phases and stages. The important stages in 2001, with the movement or the act of No Child Left Behind. This is a very important movement established was an answer to the supposed non-competitiveness, and all the children will find new education and new tier of education of the United States in academic endeavors. So this is a big initiation and an important initiation and how to establish new generation with new minds and new creativity. A STEM agenda is created after this movement for the US by the governor of Arizona, Janet Napolitano, acquired funds from the federal to establish the valuable STEM education and respective state to support the educational initiative. So the initiation of the No Child Left Behind result was STEM. So the result from the No Child Left Behind was STEM education and new educational initiation and new technology and new science and new mathematics and new engineering, and all this package in one package and bring all these sciences together. Then in 2005, a report from the US National Academies of Science, Engineering, and Medicine stated that US proficiency in STEM was trailing. So the many reports and the most important reports said that the USA or the America is able to teach the STEM education professionally or in a professional way, and has the qualified teachers who can teach this valuable and teach this technique and method. In 2014, they need to make an investigation about the questionnaires. What is the what is the reaction of the students about the STEM education? So the technology and engineering literacy assessment, we need to make an evaluation in the United States of America or the USA. Make an evaluation is delivered to selective students. They select some students as a prob means here questionnaire to judge their understanding. They need to judge upon their understanding of the use of technology, the designs, the charts, the designs that they draw or articulated, and stems and systems of thinking, critical thinking, creative thinking, lateral thinking of technology and the effect of technology on society. So they need here to make an evaluation and assessment of the STEM education and the impact of STEM education upon students in 2014. In 2015, another movement and another act, the Every Student Succeeded Act. So the impact of STEM education is that students have succeeded in their life and in their schools, in their high schools. So the Every Student Succeeds Act, ESSA, is a U.S. law passed in December 2015 that governs the United States from K to 12, all the basic levels of education, public education policy, and the law replaced its procedures that based on the movement of No Child Left Behind Act. So these levels and this act, the new act of the Every Student Succeeded Act, based on the previous act of in 2001, which was NSLB, or No Child Left Behind. So this discuss and know the impact of STEM education upon students and how they are the students successful in their life and in their science and personal life, in scientific and personal life in general. So in 2017, the Inspire Act, President Trump signed the Inspire Act, requires NASA. This is a space agency in the United States to encourage women and girls to continue careers in STEM fields. So this in 2017 there are a specific act encourages women to share in space agency, in NASA's agency, and in STEM education to enter the NASA agency and to make a lot of researches and by studying STEM education. So this is very important act because it concerns with the women and girls. And the last stage here, in 2019 and 2020, the beginning of STEM education in Egypt and the program of STEM education and the twinning between the USA and the Egypt governments generates the programs of STEM education and how we can apply this STEM education in our country and in our high schools and universities. This was the historical origins of and development by these phases of the STEM education. Okay, now let us ask about what's STEM. STEM is an acronym which starts with 4 letters with 4 key sciences. First of all, the first key letter, S, stands for science. T stands for technology. E stands for engineering, and M stands for mathematics. So how do you can bring all these sciences together to create new education, new methods of education, new type of education, which is STEM education. So STEM, it's an acronym, stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The institutional of STEM high school in the United States of America, on the USA, there are about hundreds of high schools in America or in the United States, and is part of the schools or high schools which includes the STEM education and the programs of STEM education inside these states and inside their high schools in United States of America or in the USA. And here in Egypt also there are many schools of STEM education, more than 10 schools in Egypt in high schools that apply the STEM education program, and the Ministry of Education and the Higher Education Ministry made a protocol related to how do you can apply the STEM education in schools after the preparation of the teachers in faculties of education. And this very crucial and very important thing, the preparation before application of STEM education in high schools. So we have some examples of these schools, high schools: Maadi STEM School for Girls and Ismailia schools, high school of STEM education, and 6 of October high school for science and technology. So what's the STEM philosophy based on? Actually, the STEM philosophy based on encouraging students to innovate in science and mathematics. So it based on the innovation of your in your career or in your field of study by using all this or bring all these sciences together to create something new and to be a creative person. And using technology in creativity and scientific innovation, you can create everything by using technology, and the smart technology by enter the and apply your ideas and your proposed and your startups in the knowledge cities, and by using the smart technology. Understanding contemporary life skills, you need more life skills to build your personality, such as problem solving skills, thinking, progressive, advanced thinking skills, creative thinking, literal thinking, critical thinking, all types of thinking. You need deep thinking. You need to know more about these life skills, the negotiation skills, delegation skills, uh, um, um, uh, entrepreneurship skills, the process of how to create the entrepreneurs or the person who has his or her startups and small projects, and build his or her personality by self-motivation and by self-independence in his after studying all the life skills that he or she needs to build his or her personality to be a good entrepreneur and a good starter in his or her community and his field of study. Then create active entrepreneurs. Active means here effective. Effective entrepreneurs means persons who have startups and who have small projects and build their personality and gain profit from these small projects and build their firms, institutions and serve their community and themselves by the small projects and by their innovative ideas. So innovation and ideas, smart ideas and technology and science and all these things together create the entrepreneur and create the good person and effective person who will serve the community and the state in local and global way. Uh, Many thanks indeed. Thank you so much for listening and watching this lecture. And this was an introductory lecture. See you next time, inshallah, with the second lecture, with the second topic. And please don't forget to smile first of all, and work on your self and work on your skills to be a good teacher in STEM education. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Dr. Fatma Zahra Salem, a professor in the Faculty of Education at Ain Shams University in the Foundations of Education Department. Thank you so much.